Is Zion Williamson the next Shaq? Could he become the next great center? On this journey, I'm going to tell you exactly why Zion should be playing exclusively at the center position. Also, I'm going to let you know why he's the next Superman despite him only being 6'6". Let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome back to Journey of a Ballaholic, the best talk show for basketball addicts. I'm your host, General Hannibal X. Now, for those that may be new to the channel, on here you're going to be getting my passionate and unfiltered opinion on the hottest NBA and college basketball topics. So go ahead and hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, but also tap that notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever I drop new episodes, which is every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So in this journey, we're going to be discussing why Zion Williamson, in my opinion, I think could be the next Shaquille O'Neal. Now, granted, I get it. He's not 7 feet tall like Shaq, but Zion is a unique body that we've never seen. Just an absolute physical specimen. Listen, this guy threw 10 games, and he's only played 10, so it's a small sample size. But to be honest with you, this has been a historic sample size. Through 10 games, he's doing things that not many have done. We're talking about the elite of all the elite players through NBA history. Through 10 games, 22 points, 7.5 rebounds. He's giving you 57.6% from the field, and he's doing all this in just 27 minutes on the court. Now keep in mind, a lot of times you get empty stats, right? Stats that are kind of just fluff at the end of games where the game is really out of hand. That's not Zion. Zion has been helping his team win. They're 5-5 through the first 10 games. Think about that. They're playing 500 ball with Zion in the lineup. This is a team that you got to remember. The first 2 games when Zion played, he was on a minutes restriction. That first game against San Antonio, if they don't take him out of that game, they win that game. That second game, he was on another minutes restriction against the Denver Nuggets. Honestly, it was tight for most of the game. Zion has had a plus-minus that has been out of this world. When you compare that to some of the best players in the game today, the Kawhi Leonards, the LeBron James, his plus-minus is over 12 when he's on the court. They're literally blowing teams out with Zion on the court. So how does this kind of translate to Shaquille? How does this translate to being a center? And that's one of the things where Zion has truly excelled. Zion is not a typical NBA player. Obviously in body, in athleticism, instincts, motor, second jump across the board. Where he's had his biggest success has been playing at the center position. When he's able to get a big man on him who doesn't have the foot speed to be able to deal with that quick first step of his, he's unguardable. He's shown the strength. I mean, we've seen him against guys like Hassan Whiteside, Steven Adams, and he's literally bully balled these guys out the way. And when I talk about little fragile guys, these are big grown men, 7-footers, and he's moving them like they're nothing. The one person who's given him competition, not necessarily competition, but giving him trouble, specifically scoring at the rim, that was Giannis. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the reigning MVP, likely going to be 2-time MVP, is the only player through his first 10 games that's given him competition as far as being able to score efficiently at the basket. Think about that. Giannis is basically a 7-footer with a 7'5" wingspan. So Zion is still working his way into shape, right? He's still trying to get his NBA legs under him. And you got to keep in mind, he's only 19 years old. To be giving you 22 and almost 8 in 27 minutes a game, that's amazing. Let's put this in historical perspective, right? If you're looking at just through the three-point era of the NBA history, there's only been 2 players in history in the three-point era that has ever put up 200 plus points and 55+% from the field in their first 10 games. That's Zion Williamson and Shaquille O'Neal. That's it. Check this out though. Through those first 10 games, he's only had 2 games where he scored under 20 points. In the last 35 years, there's only been 2 players to do that. That's Zion Williamson and the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. Listen to what I just said. Only 2 games he scored under 20 points. Zion is the only player in NBA history, listen to me, in NBA history to ever have 6 straight 20-point games through his first 10 games of his career. This is amazing when you start thinking about what he's doing. And the last 2 games, he's only getting better. Last 2 games, he's averaging 31.5 points per game on 58% from the field. His minutes are starting to go up. He's starting to get in NBA shape. Because granted, you got to remember, he's coming off an injury, so he's not truly in NBA game shape. When this man continues to develop his body, it's going to be scary. I mean, I'm talking absolutely scary. And that's why I think he needs to play at the center position. Think about this for a second. If you have a big man on him, right, how are you going to guard that first step? He's got the ability, he's shown the ability where he can shoot from the outside. He's not an elite shooter. He's not, he's not even somebody who you truly are going to worry about, but you can't leave him open. So his quick first step when he's facing up is fast. It's unguardable for big men. But he also has an advanced post game and great footwork down on that block. So that now if you put a smaller guy on him, he's taking him down low. He's either going to, if you try to front him, he just put his hand up and you throw the ball right over top for an easy lob. If you try to play behind him, he literally will bully ball you on that box. So you have to put a big man on him, right? Somebody who's going to not get abused down low, somebody who you can't just throw the ball over top, right? And that's where he's going to be able to take advantage. Now, granted, he's only 6'6", and there's not really a lot of precedent for 6'6" guys playing the center position. We saw Chuck Hayes for the Houston Rockets try to do that before. Houston, obviously now, with their commitment to small ball, is playing guys who are 6'6", maybe 6'7". So in the new era, in this new age of basketball where NBA is truly becoming positionless, Zion needs to play at the 5. Put nothing but shooters around him because he's a great and he's a willing passer. I think his assists will continue to rise because we saw even in his first game, throwing darts to Brandon Ingram when he's cutting through the lane, right? Being able to make lob passes to other players, being able to drop the ball and feel the pressure when he's getting that double team. So as he continues to advance his game and kind of get the, allow the game to slow down, I think you're going to see him and see the team running the offense through him even more. Alvin Gentry's already said it. There's times where they have not elected to get Zion the ball, and it's been too much time that has elapsed without him getting the ball. He's the guy that you can run your offense through, and he's going to make the right decision with the ball. He shoots very efficiently, as we've already talked about. He has a second jump that is out of this world. Alvin Gentry said he's never seen anybody have a second jump like Zion. So he can play on and or off the ball. Big men typically like to be what we call stargazers. When the ball goes up, they just kind of look up and follow the trajectory of the ball. While you're looking at stargazing at the ball, Zion's moving. He's moving with a relentless effort, and he's going after the ball. He's got a nose for it, an instinct that's second to none. So he goes and gets those loose balls. And I think if you put him at that center position, where a lot of big men are more defenders at the center position, they're more athletic guys, more lob threats, but they're not the typical back to the basket big men. You've only got about two centers, I should say, that Zion would have to worry about from a size standpoint. I think that's Nikola Jokic as well as Joel Embiid. These are true 7-footers who are just going to be able to tower and kind of just shoot over Zion or down low on that box. So those may be the two matchups where you may want to play a Derek Favors against them, right? But for the most part, what other center in the league does he truly have to worry about scoring against him on the box consistently? Like I said, other guys like Gobert, Hassan Whiteside, JaVale McGee, like most centers in the NBA are not truly offensive threats on the box. So I think Zion's strength will be able to deal with a lot of those guys who are more athletic type centers, right? He'll be able to deal with them even though they're taller. But how are they going to guard him on the other end? We've seen him go at Rudy Gobert, man up, straight up, right into his chest. So Zion has no fear. He plays fearlessly. And so I think this is what's going to make him take that jump to become one of the next great centers in the NBA of all time. And it's different. The centers, like I said, it used to be, the Hakeem Olajuwons, the David Robinsons, the Patrick Ewings. Guys typically were 6'11", 7 feet. The NBA is changing. And as the NBA changes, we're starting to see a player who's going to help usher in a new wave of how the NBA should be played. So listen, let me know what you think. Go down to the comment section below and let me know if you think Zion should play exclusively at the center position. As always, listen, I appreciate you for taking a look at this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel, hit that like button, and tap that notification bell so that you can stay updated with the journey of a Ballaholic.